Like he just seems
Yeah.
like he got stung by a bunch of bees and is like all inflated. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh. Let's go ahead and break down this week's toy news. First up, friends, here over at Hasbro Pulse, they're going to be showing up at New York Comic Con. So, October 9th through the 12th. And yeah, so again, like no Pulse Con, right? They are just going to do Hasbro Pulse at New York Comic Con. So that's why I probably got the announcement last week that they aren't doing it.
Okay.
Just to make
Gotcha,
sure
gotcha,
everyone
gotcha.
is on the same page. No more PulseCon, but all Hasbro Pulse will be happening in person. Speaking of Hasbro, a shout out to Toy News International. We are getting reports that the price increases are happening for Hasbro. Now, this is from the manufacturer, not the retailer. And they're specifically saying that the Doctor Doom is kind of the first one to test the waters of the new price point of $27.99. But that will trickle through G.I. Joe and Star Wars Black Series as well.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I thought when I saw this, I thought this was like the stonks meme. So I was like, oh, stonks. Like I thought they were selling a lot. I was like, I've been buying a lot of figures, so that means that they're making enough money where they don't have to raise the prices. Stonks, baby. But now it seems like the opposite. What the freak? $28 for a Black Series of Marvel Legend.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the issue comes with like they release a lot of figures in both lines throughout the year, and so it definitely adds up. And I'm like, I feel like the way maybe Hasbro's makes money is maybe not price per figure, but the amount of quantity they sell because they're selling these really wide, big properties like Star Wars, Marvel, right? These are the I would
Yeah.
say these are the two kind of biggest licenses you can get, really, and they like span so many ages. Like it's all for all ages, all gender, you know.
Yes.
And so I would think that making less money per figure, but selling in the masses in the quantity would be better because if they're raising the prices $28, I feel like me included and many other collectors I believe will be more selective in what figures they purchase because like $28 I'm not going to be buying those random figures of comic book heroes that I might not know or I might not be super attached to. I'm just going to probably pick up the occasional Spider-Man that I like or the occasional Iron Man that I like. And so yeah, this does suck.
Yeah,
Terrible.
it's tough. It's tough news, and it's kind of making people decide not to collect those lines, right? Now, that is just probably like the initial reaction from hearing that news. People are probably still going to be buying figures, but it's just going to be maybe potentially more selective. And some
Right,
people were
because
saying, Mhm.
for me at this price, like I'm for sure. So I'm still gonna buy the Black Series, but I think with Legends, I can definitely see myself scaling back.
yeah, I mean, at $27, you're looking at a Mythic Legions.
Well, 28, right? Because you said 27.99.
Correct, $28. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. They're saying tariffs and all that stuff. Just the normal stuff that people have been saying. So it is what it is, I guess, at this point. Nothing much we can do about it. It's just
Yeah, because I also got you probably got this email too. I got the email from Big Bad Toy Store that I pre-ordered the Storm Arena Ryu,
yeah.
and I think it was like $30, right? And then they raised it to 35. Is that right? Am I remembering
It
right?
was 25 and they raised it to 30.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with the Ken that was released earlier this year as well.
Mhm.
So yep, but that's retailer. This is manufacturer, right? This is like Hasbro saying, boom, higher prices. So you might even see a Marvel Legends on Big Bad Toy Store for like $30, you know,
Right.
with the retailer pricing. So, all right, shout out In Pursuit of Toys, the Ross
People are
exclusive,
finding it.
the Ross exclusive. In Pursuit of Toys on Instagram posted that someone found it in Arizona. Yeah, the Superman, that's DC Multiverse Ross exclusive.
Dude, I don't even want this figure, but I just want the fact that it's a Ross exclusive. And I really wish I think I said this the first time I saw this figure. I really wish they would have added like a shiny silver sticker that said Ross exclusive because a lot of the
That
times
would be
like
cool.
you would have like at Toys R Us they would have like this little shiny medallion that said like was like with the R. And so you knew
Yeah.
Target used to have I don't know they don't do it anymore, but Target even used to have a Target sticker. Walmart used to have they used to have these stickers that signified it was an exclusive. That would have
Uh-huh.
been sick. That was the only missing part. Just so I could be like flexing a Ross exclusive. That's just cool.
Keep it mint in box. But yeah,
12.99 though is such a good price, and that's such a stark comparison. Like we're talking about $28 Marvel Legends in Black Series, and then Toddy Mac can do $13, dude. this guy, you cannot beat this guy. Like, I have my gripes with his figures, but at the price point, like, I'm like, maybe screw Marvel Legends. I'm gonna buy whatever Tiny Mac comes out with at 13
Yeah,
bucks.
you could. Yeah, my favorite part here is the comparable value because it's not a, it's not a, it's a new
There is
item.
none. Yeah, there is. That's wild. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That is the value. The Ross price is the price.
That's
So
crazy, dude. And you know what's crazy? So I used to work at Ross back when a long time ago, guys. I used to work at
yeah,
Ross, and this is not only like the first like Ross exclusive toy. This is 100% the first Ross exclusive item in general, like in the history of Ross, whether it be clothes, shoes, jewelry, toys, whatever junk they sell in those aisles. There's never been an exclusive to Ross. This is the first ever. It's ridiculous.
it is pretty crazy. I will say that it is pretty crazy. All right, yeah. Shout out In Pursuit of Toys for posting that, sharing that. Thank you. All right, let's jump over the Four Horsemen. They announced their new
Ooh.
this year's Legion's Con Legion's Armory experience. They are calling it
Dude, this looks gas.
the Legends of the Colosseum. So
Holy crap.
it's the armor
Go
experience.
ahead, go ahead.
It's the armor experience. So you get to go through the show. If it's exclusive to Legion's Con, you get to pick a you get to build a figure out of the parts that they have. Okay. All right. Here is the lineup though.
These are so much better, I think, for me than last year's.
The
Like
knights.
last year's, yeah, they were just a little. There wasn't just enough unique things about it because I think the paint apps. It was either all solid red, a solid green, a solid silver,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it didn't make the figures as interesting. Like they looked very basic. Yes, they had a black wash, they all shared a lot of the pieces and they were very basic knights. Whereas like these, I just think the heads really make a big difference. And so previously they were all knights. Yeah, they were different knight heads, but they were all knight helm heads. Whereas here you're getting so many different races and races in colors that we've never gotten before. Like that is Lord Bardrick head, right? But in red, it's like that used to be elf head. And
Oh
then you're
yeah.
getting the Magnus head, but it's like with gray hair. Then you're getting the what is it? The what's that orc's name? I don't know. The orc with the first orc with the beard. The or no, that's actually not the orc with the beard. That's like I can't remember
Zende.
his name, but in the recent Necronominus wave. So they all look really good. And on top of that, if you saw the armor experience, like the first page you showed us, there's like all those different helmets too. So it's like helmets plus humanoid heads, which I really like. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it adds way more ability to customize, and that's what this was supposed to be. And I feel like the first armory experience, you couldn't customize it that much.
Yeah, all the same similar paint schemes for sure. The torsos, the legs, the bottom half were basically the same stuff. Yeah, for sure. And again, this is where you get to build your own Mythic Legions character, right? And it's kind of like, where you go to Disneyland and you build a lightsaber, build a droid, you kind of make it your own. So step one, you select an upper body, so you get to choose the arms, the head, and they all come with tails. So it's kind of weird seeing this skin tone tail. What's that? Splice? Remember that movie Splice?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
It's
yeah.
freaky, dude. I got freaked out by this thing. But yeah, so that's your first choice, and that does come with a head, an unmasked head. Then you get to choose the lower bodies, and look at the variation on these. Like you were saying, man, there is some depth here. You get the boots in different colors. You get different shin guards. You can have just the boots, or you can have the armored legs with the cloth good pants, or with the armored pants. Like really good variation here. And what's cool here is this is the boot cut, right? So you get that knee joint that you can swap out. Like, look how weird that is, right?
That
And
is
so
very weird.
it's kind of nice to have some of those pieces in there. After you select your lower body, you'll then select your armor. There's lots and lots of armor here. And then from there, you'll also get to select your helmets. And you get this round helmet with
It's like a
eyes.
gladiator. They're like two gladiator
Yeah,
helmets, and then the centurion
Roman.
helmet, and then kind of the
This is the
what is it?
surprise gift from the Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein's creature.
Oh, I thought it was from Marley. Was it from Frankenstein?
Oh wait, no, you're right. It is from Marley. You're right. You're right. I just put it on my
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
And like something to note too, I think the biggest thing is like paint apps really do go a long way because I think in the first army experiments, like I was just griping about it, just there wasn't that much variation, and it was a lot to do not with the sculpt because now that I'm thinking back on it, there was different pieces. It was really the paint work. The paint job was just so flat. It was just a solid color. But you can
Right.
look at these helmets and there's just so much paint going on. Like look at the Centurion helmets. There's like
Yeah.
golden inlays, white inlays. The plumes are even painted in two different colors. And then I love the different translucent colors. Maybe I'm just a sucker for translucent pieces, but the colors that they pick for the translucent color, as well as the paint apps for the metal pieces, man, those colors just work like that black and green, that necro style, the maroon and purple, the gold and teal, the orange and brown, just really nice colors going on.
Yeah, really good choices. I agree with you. These are my favorite out of the helmets, personally. Like, it's just such
The
a cool
Marleys,
Marley's with the smoke,
me
use
too.
eye smoke effects,
Yeah.
man, is the best. From there, you add the weapons packs, so you get all those fun belts. You get a shield, you get the hammer, you get the mace attachment, you get the axe, you get the sword. So that comes with every builder, and you get to choose a gift. Now, you get to just have a little more fun here. They always paint them gold for the experience, and so you get a little rat, and that's a big rat. If that's the one from Ganesh, get a little Santa toy, get a book, some apples. So really fun there.
Yeah, that's a little nice choice.
But yeah, so here's just some possible builds that you can do, just kind of throwing things together for these guys. But man, this looks good. This
Those
looks
gladiators look way nice, dude. And like with the first set, when they came like after, like if you guys don't know, like once they're done with the Legion's Con experience, then they're kind of put on Store Horsemen for all the collectors to purchase. And they're at an increased price point for sure. Like it's definitely like at a steeper price than a normal figure. I think they were like 45 or 50, something like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. 45,
Um,
45.
but I didn't want to like, and me as a completionist, I didn't want to complete that set. Like there was like I got like one of each color, but then I didn't go back for any of them. But with these, I'm actually pretty interested in actually like whatever they solicit for like the masses to completing the set because these like look really, really good. Like look at those builds; those are awesome gladiators.
Yeah, these are really fun, man. I really, really like this. And this is the second year in a row they're doing this, so I wonder when are they going to get some cosmic armor experience?
Yes, good call. Yeah, I would love to see that. And even just looking at that green with the gladiator helmet, I love that way that looks because it works. I would take off the tail, but I would use it. I would use it as an orc, especially because that helmet reminds me a lot of the berserker from Lord of the Rings, the one that runs at helps deep in the hole.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. That's the berserker right there.
The circle eyes, man. The circle eyes. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is fun, and this is really cool and a cool experience. And yeah, and if you aren't able to make it to Legion's Con, they will be soliciting them. And now I'm pretty sure this is the batch that you'll get. These are the builds that you'll get.
Yeah, there'll be those builds. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So
Which those look awesome.
yeah, they're fun. They're fun. You get a lot of fun parts there. There are some stuff that's like exclusive, that's gonna be only at Legion's Con. So if you're going, check it out. All right, next up, NECA fully soliciting right off the hot off the heels of boss fight, beating them to the punch. Their Garfellow and Odie figures. They're going to be coming out September 9th. So next week here. So just funny that they put them out right after boss fight did. Felt the pressure. We also got a confirmation on the release date of the Nickelodeon Turtles. It will be September 16th. So September 16th, we got the new Nickelodeon Turtles, which are I'm pretty
Nice.
excited about these ones, man. I'm gonna like these, I think. All right, let's jump over to Marvel Legends here. With New York Comic Con coming out, Hasbro announced a exclusive to New York Comic Con, along with some other ones, but this was the Marvel Legends one. It is a redo of the Super Scroll. I guess we haven't had a Super Scroll in a while, right? From Hasbro.
So this is actually an exact. I think the head is different,
Okay.
but this is an exact of the BAF. So there was a
Oh,
Fantastic Four
right.
Build-A-Figure way with
Mm-hmm.
the blue and black suits, the more modern suits, and then you build the Super Scroll.
Okay.
And it's not like a really big BAF, but it's definitely a bigger body than like your average, superhero like the Bucky cap, size. It's definitely bigger than that. The big difference here is the head and the bottom legs. So the original BAF just went with like a black suit. And so
Okay.
then it just showed because it had the stretchy arm, the thing hand, and then I think I think the stretchy hand at the bottom came with like a clear fist. So it was like a
Oh.
stretchy invisible fist. And then the other fist was a fire rock fist.
Okay.
Now in this case they went with fire legs. And I actually don't like that. I think it's just very jarring, like the cut where it's like the dude's wearing fire pants. You know what I'm saying?
Cannonball
Like it doesn't
situation.
look right. It doesn't look natural the way that looks. It's either
Mm-hmm.
like whenever you ever seen Johnny flame up halfway, it just doesn't really compute for me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I get that. Get that. Yeah, I saw this. Not really interested in this, and yeah, initially I thought these were just the Johnny Flame legs, like the ones from the normal size figure. But you're saying that it's a little bit of a bulkier figure, so that's good.
It could be the original Johnny Flame legs. You could be right about that. Like it might just be the torso that's bigger, like
Okay,
a bigger
yeah,
torso. It might just
it,
be a torso.
it's just such a weird like pairing. I think. for me.
Oh, I love it though. I love scrolls. Like I'm a sucker. I'm gonna buy this easy. This is easy buy for me.
Yeah.
But the Secret Invasion storyline, it's the best. One of the best storylines. I think it's good.
I personally think this will go the way of Death's Head, but I don't know. We'll see.
You're probably right about that, and especially just thinking about the aftermarket, like looking at the Super Scroll Bath on the aftermarket, it's actually relatively not bad, compared
Okay.
to like I would say like an Armadillo. Like Armadillo kind of went crazy on the aftermarket, whereas like
Really?
this one didn't really. Yeah.
That's
So you're
funny.
probably right about that.
Okay. All right. There is that. Sorry. New York Comic Con exclusive from Hasbro. Marvel Legends.
But yeah, I wonder what other because I feel like they're on a streak now of like re-releasing baths because this is essentially a
True.
re-release bath just with slight variations. But we just got what other bath we just got? We just got the Strong Guy, right?
Strong guys coming back with some accessories and some head sculpts. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
I bet we'll see another re-release of some. I bet they need to do a re-release Armadillo for people. I think would be
Oh,
nice
we
for
got
people.
we got Sauron too in that 3-pack exclusive.
Yes, you're right. A lot of
Uh,
re-release baths for sure.
all right, let's jump over to Jada Toys. Frosty the Snowman. Don't have a price yet, but we got all the fun, pretty pictures. No longer in the glass boxes with all the reflections. But yeah, dude, I love you get this. You get the normal version of Frosty too. You get the snowman version of him.
The pre-magic, yeah.
Yeah, and you get Hocus Pocus the rabbit as well with his hat. Get him inside the hat as well. But yeah, really fun little Christmas figure. Again, American animation. I like this dude. And my kid like loves Christmas and stuff. I'm gonna have to pick this one up.
For sure. Like even just non-collectors are gonna pick this up. Just it just serves as a Christmas decoration. Like you could have this,
Yeah.
put this in your Christmas decoration box and take it out seasonally.
Yep. And I love that you get two versions of Frosty, and he also comes with a little soft goods scarf as well. So that's nice.
And honestly, pretty good articulation for this type of character. I feel like I don't know what I would ask for. I feel like it's got a good enough range for what I need.
They did not need to put this in here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But they did. And so now you get some fun rotation out of that. All right, let's jump over to Mezco Toys. Might have a lot to say here.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
We are getting a
I like
dark
when you go off and it's not just me going off.
the Dark Knight 1/12 collective Batman action figure, $125.99 over at Big Bad Toy Store from Mezco. So getting the Christian Bale Batman, the Dark Knight himself, done by Mezco. Get some fun accessories. It's a Mezco toy. You get an unmasked head. You get some sonar eyes. You get the soft goods cape. Yeah, what do you think, Josh? What are your thoughts on this?
All right, I'll go off first. I'll go off first. I think this is weird. And I think it's weird because it doesn't seem a coincidence that they're doing this now with so many other Chinese import companies doing the Christian Bale Batman, in my opinion. Now you could say, well, Josh, it takes like time for them to even develop a figure, but you don't think that there's rats throughout the community that like I feel like they get a heads up of like what's happening. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they see
yeah,
things before we see them.
for
Like they're
sure.
in the they're embedded in the toy kind of
Yeah,
game. And so I'm like wondering, are they like soliciting this because of like how awesome the what is that
in art.
one you bought? The in art is, and we just saw some other company do one, right? Remember? Yeah, so you go. And then
Oh,
what's crazy too
yeah,
is like what if that was their thinking, and I'm just assuming, right? But if that was their thinking of like, oh, we should put out our own, they're actually shooting themselves in the foot because they're setting themselves up for comparison, for direct comparison, where
yes,
maybe
yes,
Mezco fanboys and other collectors would be like, no, I'm still gonna buy those $100 Mezcos because those are different, they're super unique. But then now, when you put out the Christian Bale and there's a Christian Bale Batman in art, it's 100% people are gonna compare. Like as humans, I think we just compare everything.
yeah,
It's
for
just like
sure.
human nature, I think. So
Yeah,
looking at this, and then you said, what was the price again?
125 on Big Bad. So there's a little bit of an increase. 120, I think, is the Mezco's price.
And that's a ridiculous price, not just for like an import figure, but even for Mezco's prices. Like Mezco price, like does this have a light up feature? I don't know.
Let's get into the
And you showed me that.
accessories.
You showed me
Uh,
that in art figure. It's
yeah,
beautiful,
yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
look at that head sculpt. That's ugly compared to the in art.
This is ugly. Like, and that's like a hard thing to do. Like, InArt dropped that figure, right? And it was amazing. And so now we have to look at this Mezco thing when I have that InArt in my hands and like the skin tones, the like the illuminance that skin has. It's beautiful, and I look at this thing and it's like very plasticky. It's a very flat
And another
wash
thing,
color, and like I don't know.
it looks terrible. Another thing too is like I feel like they even got the Batman head shape wrong. Like it's very rounded on the sides. Like do you see how the portraits are very round? Where I feel like the Christian Bale Batman was like really straight on the sides.
Yeah, it was very slim. Like this picture's my
Like,
favorite.
look at your in art. Let me see. Look at your in art. You can probably see it on
I
that.
don't
Is
have the
that kind of
bat
straight around? Oh,
don't have the Batman
yeah,
head
yeah,
on right now, but like, and also their choice to go with the fabric on the Bale doesn't make sense either. Because Bale is like full on tech suits, right? Like bulletproof everything. And I don't know why
yes,
they went with the fabric on it. And to me, like you just lose that detail and that texturing that comes out of the plastic that at least InArt did. The variation in different types of padding and the undersuit. The boots look way different. Like there's so much texturing in this boot than there is in that. And honestly, like these boots look like freaking clown shoes on him. Like he just seems
yeah,
like he got stung by a bunch of bees and is like all inflated.
yeah. It
But
looks
that's
like a
just
really bad
Mezco,
figure.
right?
Like
Yeah.
the fabric does not work, like you said, for this character. And not only that, but it also even just hinders articulation. Sometimes you're like, oh, okay, I'll deal with the fabric because it makes sense. Like when it's like the Wolverine or Deadpool, and it's like that actually replicates the fabric look in the movie, and it's like worth it, even though you're sacrificing some articulation. Because regardless, when you put a fabric suit over a figure, you're gonna lose some articulation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so this is gonna be even limited in articulation compared to the in art. And it honestly does even look like the suit. Like I feel like it doesn't. It just looks like a different Batman suit to me.
I agree. It's just so puffy.
Yeah.
I don't know. They and again, like you just said, like it's so hard not to compare when you have one in your
Mhm.
hands and you're just like, this is an amazing, spectacular figure, amazing articulation, and and the head sculpt is phenomenal. It's not something that Mezco can ever, at least not currently, reproduce.
No. And with Mezco too, like whoever's working there on the team, one thing they should consider is not just like what's a hot property, right? Because we can all recognize that Dark Knight is beloved by fans everywhere,
Oh yeah,
but recognizing what figures that you're gonna do that's gonna lend itself to your Mezco
the
style, right?
Mezco
And so
style,
doing
yeah.
this is a terrible choice because when they did like the Matt Reeves
Batman,
Edward
yeah,
Batman, that one lends itself because that one has a lot of kind of leathery fabrics going on. It's not really that much armored up. Like you said, this one is straight armor for the most part. Like
yeah, yeah.
it looks
It's
weird.
very, very
Or
techy.
like doing like the Batfleck, like the Batfleck Justice League
Yeah,
suit,
that works.
straight cloth, right? That
That
looks,
works.
and I have the Mezco one for that one, and it's beautiful,
Yeah, and the biggest like red flag here, or not red flag, but like the biggest gripe here is the price. That in our at the deluxe price was $80 shipped to me.
right?
Right? That's
And
what 2/3, three.
yeah, is this all the accessories we get?
You get all those heads, which is great. That's fun. You get those
Uh-huh.
hands. You also get the one of the weapons that came with the in art, the backpack that did not come with the in art, and then those little little things that are going to get lost in the carpet when you open up the Mezco box. So
I do like that gun though. That build a gun that he
this one,
uses. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you get that in the in art.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, good, good, good.
You don't get
Um,
this.
yeah, nothing really too special with the accessories. Like the only plus, like you said, is the head portraits. Because the in art you only get the unmasked and the helmeted, right?
You get the unmasked at the deluxe price, and then the unhelmeted with a swap out mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece.
Yeah, so like you can get a
Okay,
slightly variation in expression, like
right.
straight faced
So
and like a little more grimacing. So you don't get the
that's
this
the
one.
yeah, that's the only bright side with this Mezco toy. Like the one highlight is the head portraits. Like even though the shape is a little off, you're definitely getting a variation, and I would say a really good variation. Like
Yes,
they
yeah,
definitely gave us like that, like kind of where he's punching. That's actually done really well. Like that actually looks
yeah.
exactly like from the movie. Like
That's
that's how he would
that's the
clench
swear
up
to
his mouth.
me.
That's really nice. Yes, because he has to like change his voice, and so he makes his lips pucker more.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's good. I do like that, and I also like the when he activates like his like sonar lenses helmet, right? That one.
Yep.
That's actually sick. So
Hmm.
like that's the one thing that Mezco got on them is that the heads, and they always do a really good job on like giving a variety of heads.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So and again, like Mezco's doing their thing. They're gonna keep doing it, and those heads are great. Very, very fun. Lots and lots of them. But yeah, that price point is just it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's not enough. The heads are not enough. Everybody's gonna flock to the in art for sure.
Yeah, I think the No Chewing did a post about it, and they're like, "Are you picking one up?" He asked, and like 80 to 20 or something was like, "No."
Yeah.
So, all right, let's jump over to SH Figure Arts. We are getting some re-releases and new releases coming out September 20th. Getting some more Trunks here. Get some Gohan. We get some Cell. So again, this is re-releases and releases that are coming out from SH Figure
Nice.
Arts. So we got some Godzilla, the Chogokin, Solar Chogokin, Mach 5, man. That's a crazy price. And then the Satamoto Days. I don't know if you watched that anime. I've only watched a couple episodes, but it was funny. It's just about like a retired hitman who got fat and runs a shop, and then this guy's like trying to get him back into the game.
Oh yeah, I haven't finished it, but I did see the first episode. I
Mm.
did see that, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
the
was
guy has
funny.
like
His
these like
glasses, yeah.
glasses, like,
Yeah.
and he wears like a green apron. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't talk a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming out September 27th, and then we're also getting these to be coming out as well. So got some fun figures from Messy
Dude,
Figures on the horizon.
what's crazy though is seeing like re-releases are good, but sometimes what's crazy is that when you re-release such an old figure, it makes you also be like, wait a second, figure arts is actually not that good. Because go to the Star Wars ones. All right, now last week I was just hyping up Hasbro how I feel like Legends has kind of taken that next step forward, and I feel like when I saw that new Obi-Wan and that new Revenge of the Sith Anakin, I feel like to me, it just looked like another level of Black Series figures that I have not seen. Like they were just those two figures were on another level. And looking at this Obi-Wan, which is the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, what's crazy to me is I feel like the Hasbro Black Series one, which is probably going to retail for 28 now, has a better head sculpt and a better look than this figure. It's like, what do you think? Like, look at that head sculpt. Even the Obi-Wan head sculpt, I think, is terrible. Now, the other one, I think, crushed, but both Obis here look weird. And I have both of these figures. It's just now it's
Yeah,
jarring to see because they're so old. These got to be 5, 7+ years old.
I agree with you. Like they're very, very plasticky, and the depth you're getting out of the Hasbro teams Black Series stuff, so much more appealing. I honestly like it's a very stark difference. I agree with you. Like, oh,
And I think
there's barely a Ewan McGregor in that young Obi.
yeah, the Alchemist is a little better, but I think that's the thing. It comes to a point where I feel like you shouldn't like re-releases are good to help people fill holes, but I think it comes to a point where a figure's old enough that it should be just retired. Like you just need to
Yeah,
update it at this point. Like
yeah,
a re-release is not helping anybody because they're just out of date figures. Like these figures are so old. The articulation scheme for SG's reworks has changed dramatically. Like imagine if they just re-released a Goku. It would be
right.
terrible.
Yeah,
Now
like
we have
they,
the updated Goku with the updated knees, the updated hips, right?
yeah.
Like that's what needs to happen for Black Series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not. I mean
Or
for
the
Star
SH
Wars
figure.
SH figure arts. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. All right, let's keep going. Jump over to Storm Collectibles. We getting some more Storm Arena. We talked about the little teaser they dropped for Nash from Street
Steve
Fighter Alpha
Nash.
3. My boy.
He's wearing the orange. He's wearing the orange.
That's true. I had a kid today ask me, he's like, hey, who you voting for? Who are you rooting for in the football game today? The Eagles or the Cowboys? And my favorite response to that is because I don't watch a lot of sports, but I always go, the Suns. That's who I want to win. I want the Suns to win. But we got Steve Nash here looking good with his big old baggy pants, the puff jacket that looks so good at that 1/12 scale. A very precarious hair piece that we got sticking out there. And yeah, really fun figure. I like how they did the baggy pants. I think they pulled that off well.
100%. And guys, I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm the biggest flip flopper, biggest complainer out there. Last week's episode, I was like really hyping up Black Series Marvel Legends, and I was hyping up Hasbro, and I was like, I feel like they're taking that next step in figure, right? I was saying that. But
Yeah,
then with this news that you just told me that they're going to $28, now I now have to compare them to Storm Arena because Storm Arena is $30. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
yeah,
$2 price like $5 price discrepancy. I'm like, all right, that's Storm Arena is a different price point in my head. It's another Abe Lincoln. That's a different price point. But when it comes to just $2, that's just one McChicken difference. And so I'm going to start comparing Storm Arena to Legends, Black Series, and GI Joe Classified. And looking at this figure, even though it's not a property that I'm like super tied to, like Marvel
right,
or
right,
Star
right.
Wars, the quality of figure here, just strictly speaking, action figure, is
Yeah,
way better than even the
yeah,
updated Marvel Legends and the updated Black Series.
for
So
sure,
that's where I think
for
they're
sure.
gonna might get some pushback with that new price point. Because look at Storm Arena.
Yeah. And I'll say this: that Storm Arena price point is is potentially temporary because of
You think it's
tariffs.
gonna go up more?
No, I think it's going to go back down. I think if a tariff solution is, whenever that gets figured out, right? I think we might go back down, right? Because it's not Storm Collectibles saying, "Oh, our figures are going up," right? It's people importing that, and those retailers saying, "Hey, I have to charge you more because it costs me more to get it over here," right? So
Mm-hmm.
whenever that
Mm-hmm.
stops, potentially we could see this. Oh, there's no more tariff surcharge. It drops back down, and now you're
Imagine if
looking
it's
at
less
a
than a legend,
cheaper.
that'd be crazy.
You're looking at a cheaper
Yeah,
figure than a Marvel Legends.
it's crazy. Yeah.
So Storm's in a really good spot, I'd say. depending, on whatever
Dude,
happens out in the world. But
those pants, beautiful the way they're
yeah,
like, dealing with the articulation with the baggy nature of those pants.
yeah. These boots are no slouch either, man. I like these boots. They're fun. And again, this detail sells it, dude. Sells it so well.
Right, the little wrinkles on the vest, yeah.
Yeah. And look, it's a full butterfly in there, right? That the whole thing comes out. Love it. All right. But they also dropped the teaser, so they finished that first row of friends from Street Fighter, and then we're getting some new ones. We're getting Akuma and Balrog that were fully
Ooh.
teased. But then we also have some
I'm
silver.
hyped for those because those are like the big boys.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and we got Sagat, right? Like Sagat was pretty big at that
Yeah.
112. So, but we're also getting Cammy. That's Cammy, right? You got the braid, you got the hair piece. Zangief, big boy.
Okay,
Big boy.
yes.
And then Mika. So Rainbow Mika is going to be also dropping as well. So good variation of female, male, smaller boys, big boys.
And not only that, I feel like the heavy hitters, like I feel like
True.
the most kind of recognizable Street Fighter characters are kind of within these two.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And some deeper cuts, right? Nash himself.
I mean, I still need that. I would like a Blanca. That's what I feel like missing from this. I need a Blanca.
Blanca would be good, dude. Blanca would be good. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's jump over to Kyoto Revoltech. Giving us a teaser here for One Punch Man. We get a Boros coming soon. We'll see what it fully looks like, but they got us the picture. I like when they drop the teasers.
Nice. Just looking at the art here, I feel like we kind of talked about how like Mezco should do figures that lend themselves to their style of figure. I feel like this character really is going to lend itself beautifully to the Amazing Yamaguchi.
Yeah.
Now we'll see when they actually release it, but just looking at the anatomy and like how bulbous some of the things are, because Amazing Yamaguchi
Yeah.
figures I feel like are kind of bulbous just kind of by themselves. I feel like this one's gonna cook. This is gonna cook.
Yeah, this is the second transformation version. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. They fight on the moon, right? Or am
I think so.
wrong? Okay, I might be wrong.
No, I think so.
Next up, we got the full pictures of the Jaw Titan here. And Josh, I'll let you make your call on him. I know you're kind of saying he's a little too big, but let's just get some more pictures in here to kind of show off their articulation. Really acrobatic here. You can also get him squished up really good. Like that. You get him scrunched up into a little ball. Because that's, in my head, that's how I see him most of the time, right? He's very, feral.
I mean, it's a beautiful figure. Like everything, the detail, the sculpt, the articulation, everything I think is a 10 out of 10. Nothing to complain about. The only thing is the scaling issue for sure. And even just looking at this, even with no reference point, I would say the arms and the legs at certain points look a little lanky. And I think, like you said, just because in the anime, he's very scrunched up. So it does look lanky, and I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. I don't think it'll be too big of a deal, like displaying them all together. But it does. It probably will be a little big in the end, but it's not gonna be bad.
Yeah. If you hit him in this pose, you should be fine.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You can manipulate the pose for sure to make your display more in line with how the scale looks. So that's 100% correct. Nice call.
But we do get a little bit of some side by sides. Not true side by sides, but at least in the same shot. And this looks great, looks fun, looks cool. This is a cool shot. But for me, what I'm noticing, I feel like that head's too big.
No, you know what? I take it all. Everything I just said is wrong. I was just saying that. I was just saying it's not gonna be that bad. No, this is really, really bad scaling, like terrible scaling. And I wonder if they were like, because thinking about Kyoto, I don't think they've ever made like that small of a figure. So maybe they were just scared to pack in the articulation and wondering like because when you get to that scale,
Yeah,
it's really hard to make those pieces that size. And they just have so many pieces and intricate pieces because of how well their figures articulate. So I'm wondering if they were like, let's just make this figure a little bit bigger to lend itself to our style and not make it to scale because it's really bad. Because at some of these pictures, it almost looks like Aaron and Jaw are about the same size. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Aaron might be a slight, like 10% bigger, but they're looking comparable in size. And like I said, when Jaw goes to take Aaron out of his nape, he's literally on like his back, like his whole body's on his back, and he's literally just biting his neck. Like he was like a little monkey attached on his back. Dude, how is that figure supposed to latch on Aaron's back like it did in the anime? It's literally impossible. Like, go watch that. Go watch Warhammer Titan episode. The scaling is bad, guys. This is a flop, actually.
I'm starting to see that as well here. Like, especially this photo to me, and maybe this, I don't know, like how they took this, but like if this was like an in camera shot, this person in the foreground here should be larger, and he looks smaller. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe some
which
out
is
of some
weird.
focusing stuff, but like if they're closer to the camera lens, they're gonna look bigger. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really want to see Wayne Collector get these in. Wayne Collector will do, or Mr. Lee. They'll put a side by side, like a vanilla post side by side. So
Dude,
we'll
it
have to see
literally looks
there.
the same size as Aaron.
I'm nervous about it too. I'm nervous about it too. Yeah, you get these cool hands, you get the cool effects piece. I love the effect pieces attached to the hand, so you don't have to like fudge with it. I just love that. And if you order over at the Kyoto store, you also get the screaming head as well.
Dang! I might have to do that. It's nice, actually.
Yeah, it's a cool head. It's a cool head. All right, let's keep it going here. We're getting the prototype here, prototype Evangelion unit. This is from Evangelion 2. You cannot advance. That's when it's Mari's first Eva in, what is that? Bethany base. Bethany base. So that first opening scene, right, where she's singing that song and running around. Now, this is a Artpla. So this is Kyoto's model kit line. So instead of Gunpla,
They call it Artpla, like Gunpla. That's funny.
yeah. So anything is art plastic, Gundam plastic. So they
Oh,
call
okay.
it Artpla. And yeah, so you can pick yourself up a little bit of a prototype there here. I love Mario. She's fun. And that opening scene is amazing. So really cool to
I
get
think that's
them.
going to work really well for like a plastic model kit, especially because there's not much articulation going on in this like robot, right? Because the bottom is like just not going
Legs.
to be doing some crazy legging running like they do in the actual
Yeah.
Evas. And
Yeah.
so, as like a plastic model kit, I think it's going to work really well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. And it's fun to get some more Gundams, Ava stuff out there. All right, next up, take it around the net here. This is over a Sentinel with the fighting armor. Fighting armor from Sentinel. $180 for this big old Hulk Buster. Fighting armor is that line where they kind of take all the Marvel heroes and what if they had Iron Man made a suit for them, right?
That's kind of funny with this one because it's like the Hulkbuster suit is already an Iron Man suit, so
Right.
now it's just more of an Iron Man suit or something.
Yeah, Hulkbuster's an Iron Man suit at 11. They put this one to 12, right?
Yeah. They added like missile launchers. Yeah.
So there's like a normal figure for them. It's almost good. It's pretty big. It's tall. You also get a little flap here that opens up to see the Iron Man inside of there. That's fun. Really cool articulation. You get those rocket launchers on top. You get these like all these fun little fins and stuff. The fully articulated fingers as well. Those are fun for the punching. The things flap down to like give them more stability. So a lot of fun articulation on this. Cool, great details, man. And these are die-cast metal. So the internal frames are die-cast metal. So there's some weight to them as well, which I like with the fighting armor stuff like line, because it's an Iron Man suit. It feels good in the hand.
Yeah, like I think this is just a really I don't know if I'm just a sucker for Hulkbuster suits, but I'm really interested in this figure, especially the amount of articulation that they packed into those hands. Like that's like a Galactus level hands. Every single thing is a joint. You can give him to do the bird, you can get him to do Cowabunga, dude, you can get him to do Rock On.
Yeah,
And look at that pose, man. Their boys are posing him, and I love those feet prongs.
the stability
Like
ones.
just to play with those, I just think makes sense, right? Like he's fighting the Hulk and
Yeah.
like he needs to hold off his punches and boom, lock down. You know, he
Yeah,
locks down.
lock it down.
Like this is I feel like they just added a lot of cool playability and functions to this suit that would be like in the real life Hulkbuster suit. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
tech in it, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure. It has a lot of arc reactors and stuff. The cool thing, I'm not sure if I added on here. I did not. They said that you can take these cannons off, and they are actually to scale like rocket launchers on a normal Sentinel fighting armor. So they could be like rocket launchers for other characters.
That's sick, especially because they've made like a War Machine. You know, you could put that
Yeah.
like War Machine to make War Machine like have more weapons. That'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. They also do have an exclusive headset. That's kind of fun for them. D4 Toys. Check them out if you're interested in the exclusive head for your Hulkbuster. Yeah. All right, that'll go ahead and wrap it up for us, friends. Let's go ahead and talk about our pick of the week. A lot of fun toys. As always, as it always is. What is going to be your
Let's see here.
I'll run it back for you. I always sometimes forget I got to pick mine as well while you're thinking.
I know. Dude, I think I might go with Storm Arena Steve Nash. Yeah, Storm Arena Steve Nash, dude. Thing is sick. Those cargo pants are awesome.
Yeah, they are really good. Are you also like kind of thinking about like the price hike with Hasbro? Are you taking that into account? Like, because now like they're almost comparable,
100%. 100%. Yeah, no, the Storm I always when I pick up my pick of the week, unless it's like amazing, I encompass every factor in my pick.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
Storm Arena, the Steve Nash dude, yeah, I don't. That figure's awesome.
All right, for me, man, I'm gonna have to give it to my favorite one, dude. The Mezco Batman. I just whizzes on Mezco.
Dude, well, I'm honestly thinking that this is the start of the fall of Mezco, dude. I've been on the fence already about it, and like, I don't know, they're not progressing, they're not advancing their technology. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
they
Yeah,
gotta advance.
yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna give it to the Four Horsemen for their armor experience. I love that.
Fire.
I'm gonna sit on the bench and I'm gonna enjoy it from the sidelines until we get the cosmics. Speaking of cosmics, we should be getting Ox Crew Book 1 here soon. They're saying that it should be
Okay,
arriving at their warehouse in like a week or so.
nice.
And the character packs too, the heads that came with that as well. Coming out. All right, friends, if you're looking for a Batman figure, go get yourself an in art Christian Bale. $60
Yeah,
gets you the figure, man. $60, half that price, you get a
crazy.
figure. And if you want that fancy head sculpt, you can get it for 80. So, all right, let us know down below your pick of the week. And as always, keep playing, keep collecting, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.